Dinosaur Adventure Land in Lenox 24. Tonight we have Patrick Urish on the line with us, and we're going to be talking about the Bible and health. Patrick, I told you we could make this our last program together all the time because your channel's taken off doing good. I want to steer everybody that wants to learn about how to be healthy to your channel. We'll do that in just a second. But we believe the Bible's true and evolution is stupid. We're on a bunch of channels: Evolutionist Worst Nightmare, YouTube, Dr. Kent the Science Gent on YouTube, on Rumble, Dr.Dino on Genesis Baptist Church, coming back in about a couple days. They got mad at us for mentioning eating seeds. You're not supposed to tell people they should eat seeds. They took the channel down for a week and then took it down for another week because the same video played another time, right? Yeah, well, Patrick, you teach the truth in a minute. We're on Odyssey. I'll get all of our channels on drdino.com, drdino.com, and you can link to each of the different places you want to go. Okay. God told Moses when they went across the desert, they found no water. They came to Marah, and the people complained and griped, no water here, because the water was bitter. So the people murmured against Moses. That's what they always do, blame the leader, okay? And they cried. And the Lord said in Exodus 15, if you'll pay attention, listen diligently to my word, you'll have none of these diseases. That's quite a promise. No diseases by listening carefully to God's word. And Patrick, I'm thrilled you took over Bill Sardi's mantle, and it needed done. Bill Sardi was a longtime friend of mine, one of our trustees. You know, if you took your car to a mechanic and said, hey, Bubba, my engine's making a clanking noise. And he said, here, put these headphones on, you'll never hear it again. Excuse me, sir, I don't want you to fix the noise. I want you to fix the cause of the noise. And most of the whole medical profession is working on making better headphones so you can't hear the noise that your body's trying to tell you. Trying to tell you something. God said, I gave you the herb and the seeds and the fruit and the seeds to be your diet. Now, I'm not a vegetarian. It's okay to eat meat. But they started off. See, plants are amazing. I taught biology for 15 years and love the study. Plants can reach down with their roots into the dirt. And man was made out of the dirt, remember? So everything in our body is the minerals from the dirt, the atoms and elements from the mineral. So the plant roots go down, send out little rootlets, and they gather up nutrients from the dirt. They bring in potassium and nitrogen and all these things, phosphorus and potassium, magnesium, calcium. They bring it in through the root hairs, and you can study this the rest of your life and never learn at all about how plants do this. It's amazing the way they absorb minerals out of the ground. They stick it then into their fruit or leaves or stem, and we eat it. That's how we get the vitamins or the minerals that we need, the vital minerals out of the dirt. Through the plants. They're able to do it. Bill Sardi, longtime friend of mine, trustee of our ministry, died. How long ago, Patrick, did Bill die?
About 2 years now.
2 years ago. He wrote a book, The Bible Prescription for Health and Longevity. So what's a shame. And I'm so thrilled that Patrick has said, I'm going to pick up the mantle and run with it. You've read a lot of Bill's stuff and memorized a lot of what he knew. The guy was a genius on how to be healthy. So, Patrick, we've talked several times. I stayed up at your place and did your wedding, 2 months ago?
Yep, 2.5 months ago.
Did I tie a good knot? You still married?
Yep, still married.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
People get the wrong idea. They think that, I have a pain, I need to take a pill. Have a pain, take a pill. And it's such a totally different perspective to say, no. Your body's telling you, the pain is a signal, your body's telling you something. You have lights on the dash of your car that come on and tell you something is wrong with your engine or your tires or your seatbelt's not fastened. The idiot lights are to warn you, hey, something's wrong. And pain is an indicator something's wrong with your body. And you need a vitamin or a mineral, usually. Now, if you have a broken bone, that's not the solution, but to fix it. So, Patrick, we talked earlier today. I said, would you please set up your channel or your website maybe where you have each disease instead of each vitamin. What does this vitamin do? Because then people get baffled and confused. Just look at the disease. I have this problem. What do I need to take?
Right.
If you had to pick a number, Patrick, how many common diseases are there that people deal with every day that they usually go to the doctor for? Maybe not a disease is the wrong word, ailment. And they could be fixed with a vitamin or mineral. Is there 10 or 20 of these or 200?
Oh my goodness. Well, I believe the majority are caused from they're just deficiency diseases, just like scurvy, just like rickets, just like pellagra, just like beriberi, which were thought to be horrific diseases that were always deficiencies of vitamins or minerals. So most of whether it's headaches or sore throat or eyesight loss, all these different things that people get prescribed, high blood pressure, all these things that people get prescribed prescription medication for, they're usually lacking vitamins or minerals. So you don't need to run to get drugs. But from the evolutionary mindset and viewpoint, as you say, we're just random chemicals that came about by random chance. So give us more chemicals, give us more random chemicals. But if we're God's design and God's creation, then God might have made, call me crazy, but maybe natural things on this earth that help and assist with our bodies. Herb for the service of man, scripture says, or drink no longer water, or use little wine for thy stomach's sake. So resveratrol, a phenomenal thing found in grapes.
Well, let's just pick one for tonight, and then you can go on your own channel. I preach 7 times a week, and I'm swamped. I can't handle any more. I'm thrilled to help you get started. I want everybody to go, is this your email, Urish, your last name, urish.ihp, what's that, integrated health practitioner?
Yep, integrative health practitioner.
At gmail.com, or they can call you. What's the name of your website? What's that going to be?
Yep, urishihp.com is the website. Right on the bottom screen. And also my name, Patrick J. Urishihp, as my bar today. That is my YouTube channel name, Patrick J. Urishihp. That's my YouTube channel name.
Okay. Well, let's just pick one disease for tonight. Somebody logs onto your channel and they come to your website and say, I have arthritis. What is the medical profession going to do for an arthritis patient?
So a lot of times it's horrific what they're doing for arthritis or arthritic pain throughout the body. A lot of times you're going to get steroid injections or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medications, pharmacological agents. And so many times they make the problem worse, or they're going to last about a week to a month. They're not going to do a whole lot of good. So a lot of this arthritic pain that we constantly see people having, elderly get all the time, a lot of time is they're starting to lack synovial fluid, which contains hyaluronic acid. And you don't need to run down if your knees are hurting, if your joints are hurting, to get steroid injections once a month, once every 3 months. It's honestly not needed. What you need is to get a simple prescription. Bill Sardi wrote a whole book on this, How to Live 100 Years Without Aging, I believe was the title, something like that. And it was pretty much dedicated to hyaluronic acid, an amazing molecule. It's in our whole body. It's everywhere. It's in our skin. It's in our eyes. It's in our joints. It's in our lungs. It's everywhere. And it's just a gap filler. It just fills the gaps within our cells. It gives cushion to our joints. It gives elasticity to our skin, and it fills our skin out. It's in our hair. Now, the problem with this is as we age, we start to lose hyaluronic acid, and we start to get bones causing our inflammation. We start to notice a lot more wrinkling. We start to notice our hair goes drier. And a lot of this is due to missing hyaluronic acid that was originally in our bodies. Now, a lot of different people, you could study history where this was kind of stumbled upon, how this is a very beneficial nutrient. However, there was a supplement in ancient Egypt that consisted of animal eyeballs, and eyes are filled with hyaluronic acid. It was their own beauty supplement. So what happens here is when you're older, you have arthritis, you have some joint pain, go to the store. You could take a 50 milligram to 100 milligram 50 milligrams to 100 milligrams hyaluronic acid pill. And directly, it doesn't do a whole lot, but indirectly, as Bill Sardi talked about, it actually starts to activate your body's fibroblast cells, fancy name for just a specific cell in your body, to start making youthful levels of hyaluronic acid once again. They found this out by injecting people's knees with hyaluronic acid, and they had a lot more hyaluronic acid in their joint where they injected the hyaluronic acid than they originally injected. So they stumbled upon that our body must be making more once we intake this into our body. So 50 milligrams to 100 milligrams, your body will start to make youthful levels once again. And you could cancel a lot of the joint surgeries. They call it also plastic surgery in a bottle. It'll help your skin, it'll help your hair, it'll help your eyes, it'll help your joints. It's actually good for glaucoma as well. It's just an amazing, wonderful molecule. So much money on this supplement is spent in places like Japan, but for some reason it's not that known here, or at least it'll be more so known as a topical cream. Please, the topical cream won't do a whole lot. You could use it topically. You want to take it internally, and that will start to activate your fibroblast cells to produce youthful levels once again of hyaluronic acid. They call it plastic surgery in a bottle.
I was going to run over and get my bottle back of the vitamins that I take every day, but I found it at Walmart. I was looking for hyaluronic acid, and it's in a square bottle by Ali Corporation or whatever that is, and it's called Glowing Skin. It's for women to make their skin glow. It's hyaluronic acid. Where else can you get it? I mean, can you buy hyaluronic acid tablets? Are you going to be selling it?
I hope to sell a lot of supplements soon. I'm definitely looking into a full force right now. That is my goal, to start my own supplement line. Absolutely. Now the thing is, it's a little hard to get in nature. Rooster combs have a lot of it. Chicken sternum has a lot of it. So unless you're going to make your own bone broth soup with the whole chicken, it's kind of hard to get it in your diet. But yeah, you could get it from natural sources, just like if you want to kind of make a soup out of bone broth. And if you have your own chickens or your own homestead, you can get a lot of this. But usually the best place to get it from is just a simple dietary supplement. It might even be in a multivitamin as well. But it's hard usually to get it from nature if you're not a homesteader or a farmer. However, you very well could. You absolutely could. But that is still the number one thing I believe you want to take for arthritic pain, general arthritis. And I also hope to be selling supplements, including that one soon, also with important cofactors that'll help to make the hyaluronic acid not degrade as fast as in your body. Also, as talked about by Bill Sardi. So I hope very soon to be coming out with my own supplement lines, including a hyaluronic acid supplement.
Okay, how prevalent is arthritis in America compared to other countries?
Oh my goodness, it's so much more prevalent, and it's not for all the reasons we think, but it's very very prevalent. And the one reason is because of our poor diet. It's such a poor diet. We are lacking so many vital nutrients to pretty much prevent against this arthritic pain. And the one thing is there's something called quercetin. It's a polyphenol. It's found in apples. It's found in red onions. We Americans have a horrible diet. We live in something called high calorie malnutrition, where we're getting a bunch of calories in our diet, but they're empty. There's not a lot of nutrients in them. So anyway, quercetin, it comes from apples, the skins. It comes from red onion skins. And quercetin, believe it or not, to simplify it, degrades or inhibits an enzyme called hyaluronidase. And this enzyme is what degrades hyaluronic acid. So if cultures or people have more vegetables like red onions or more red apples, you're going to have more quercetin, and you're not going to experience this degradation of hyaluronic acid, which is going to cause skin wrinkling, which is going to cause dry hair, which is going to cause joint pain. But unfortunately, we have a very poor diet today where we're lacking so many vegetables. We're lacking so much thing. And another thing too is, which this goes into the whole theory of aging, as first posed or made prominent by Bill Sardi, called the over-mineralization theory, which pretty much during childhood growth years, ages 0 to 18, we're aging, we're having birthdays, absolutely, but there's not really any signs of biological aging. We look at a cell from a 1-year-old and a cell from an 18-year-old under the microscope. They look relatively the same. There's no biological aging taking place. Now, as we start to reach physical maturation, childhood growth years cease, past the age of maturity, we start to notice aging take place, biological aging, cells under the microscope. They start to develop or contain cellular debris called lipofuscin. And the reason for this is yes, during childhood growth years, we need all the copper, all the calcium, all the iron we could possibly get for the most part. It's very hard to be overloaded in iron, copper, and calcium as you're growing, because you need copper for connective tissue, you need iron for red blood cells. This is why babies are often conking out in the high chair. They're anemic. Babies are falling asleep in the high chairs. They're just conking out fast. Yes, they need frequent naps, absolutely. But a lot of times it's because babies are anemic. They need iron. They need all the iron they can get. Millions of red blood cells, so frequently. They need iron now, and you need calcium for new bones. However, once you reach maturation, your need for these minerals, iron, copper, and calcium, go down. So, as Ken Hovind says, something your body uses, some things your body uses up. Well, vitamin C, your body, it uses it up like gasoline. But other things like iron, your body uses, but once you get later in life, you might not want to be taking all the iron in the world you can get, eating red meat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Not that red meat is bad at all, but you're starting to accumulate iron. So you accumulate iron, you accumulate copper and calcium once you reach physical maturation for the male, and your organelles in your cells start to rust, calcify, and you can't clean up your cells like you once did, and you start to literally age. So what I recommend is to avoid over-mineralization of iron, copper, and calcium, to avoid this cellular debris, which is this rusting, calcifying is causing aging, causing cellular debris. You could do after the age of 40, this is what Bill Sardi recommended, age of 40 for men, take something called IP6. It's from rice bran, it's an extract, and this will literally decalcify and de-rust your body. It won't take iron from your blood cells, it won't take calcium from your bone, just where it's in excess. Menopausal women could take this after menopause, and men could take it after age of 40. Because what happens is you're starting to accumulate iron, you're starting to accumulate calcium, you're starting to accumulate copper. You need to take IP6. This will literally slow down the aging process, and you won't experience all these things like calcifying of blood vessels. Our blood vessels throughout our body calcify. And if you want to avoid all this aging going on, one major driving factor is over-mineralization. And you could take a simple regimen, IP6. What I recommend people take is about 1,600 milligrams every day for 3 months with some water on an empty stomach. Do a 3-month cleanse. It's all you need. And you're good. And then do it next year. And it's just a wonderful way to slow down the over-calcifying, over-rusting process that we all experience.
All right. Well, let's stick with arthritis for a minute. Somebody calls you up and says, Patrick, I've had arthritis for 20 years. My joints are all beat up. Can it be reversed? What do I do? I got really bad arthritis. You got a patient or somebody calling you. What do I do? Of course, the doctor is going to treat the symptoms.
Yep.
And they got a Mercedes to pay for it. That's why. But they're not looking for cures. They're looking for customers, right? And so what would you say? Somebody says, I got really bad arthritis. I can barely walk. Would you say, and you need to spell out some of the words you're using, like quercetin, Quercitin.
Yep.
I can't hear you.
Is that the acid you guys are speaking about?
No. Hyaluronic acid and quercetin kind of work together, right?
They want to know how to spell it.
Absolutely.
Hyaluronic, Hylar.
Yep.
You need slides to put all this up, brother, because you talk fast.
I know.
People are not understanding.
Hyaluronic, if for everyone listening out there want to write this down, it's HYALURONIC, hyaluronic. Phonetically, it's hyaluronic.
You talk for a minute about arthritis for a severe arthritis patient. I'm going to run get my vitamins, and then I'll show people on screen. Okay, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Tell them about bad arthritis.
So there's general arthritic pain. There's general arthritis that we all experience as we age. Everyone gets it for the most part. But I will say there's one specific thing that women sometimes develop, people can develop, called osteoarthritis. And this is the one thing, please don't just run to the doctor, get pharmacological prescriptions. It's not, a lot of times it's just not needed. So the one main thing for the specific osteoarthritis, I recommend something called, first thing, take this. Even for the specific before hyaluronic acid, you want to take something called SAM-E. Capital S, capital A, capital M, then little e, lowercase e, SAM-E. It stands for S-adenosylmethionine. And what this is just a phenomenal nutraceutical natural supplement for osteoarthritis. Amazing. Now, Bill Sardi had a quote, something along the lines of, nutraceuticals, vitamins, minerals, amino acids can mimic the biological action of drugs in the human body without side effect. So, and I firmly believe this. So you don't need this prescription drug a lot of times. If you have osteoarthritis, please get SAM-E, S-adenosylmethionine. You only need about, you can take about 1,200 milligrams a day. It might be a little hard to get to that, but 1,200 milligrams a day is seen to be pretty good. You could start lower and see if that helps. Start at a lower dosage. See if that helps with the osteoarthritis, but it is the number one supplement I would recommend for osteoarthritis. Now, general arthritic pain, you do want to take 100%, please, hyaluronic acid. It's one of the most wonderful supplements to cushion your joints. If you're experiencing any joint pain, I believe Bill Sardi has said that he's had joint surgeries canceled with hyaluronic acid supplementation. It's absolutely wonderful for this condition that we all face as we age. Another thing I would say is what you want to take is a lot of things that come from joint pain, arthritic pain, general arthritic pain is actually autoimmune related. And what happens here is autoimmune, your immune system is attacking itself. So you want to take something that actually normalizes the immune response. So these will be zinc, resveratrol, vitamin D, vitamin A. You don't have to take every one of these for arthritis pain, but the main ones you want to focus on is vitamin D and resveratrol. Now, vitamin D and resveratrol normalize the immune response. Your immune system's acting up. It's not functioning properly how God intended it to operate. And this can cause joint pain. This can cause when you wake up in the morning and you can't even stretch out your arms. It could be autoimmune very well. So if you have arthritic pain, general arthritic discomfort, especially in the mornings, hyaluronic acid, 50 to 100 milligrams, 100%. But also what you want to do is please take vitamin D and resveratrol. Resveratrol, vitamin D, both of these. Resveratrol, if you're an adult, about, I always recommend about 200 milligrams for adults. Vitamin D for adults, what you want to do is take 50,000 IU every single day for 5 days, only 5 days. And this will restore your vitamin D levels, and then take 5,000 IU every day after that. 5,000 IU per day after that. And just amazing supplements to normalize the immune system and help you deal with arthritic pain that is caused from autoimmune reasons.
All right. Here's what I buy, glowing skin at Walmart. It's in a kind of OLLY square bottle in with the rest of their vitamins. That's like $12. And it's a little gummy, a chewy gummy with probably sugar in it. It's bad for you, but it contains hyaluronic acid, HYALURONIC on it, acid, and collagen. Let's see, it is giving me 120 milligrams of hyaluronic acid for every 2 gummies. How much is 120 milligrams? Is that enough?
You honestly, Bill started recommending 50 to 100, so you could even save money and take one. In my opinion, I would take just one a day.
Well, when I take it, I notice a marked increase in my less joint pain because I broke my back. I've had whiplash twice. I have pain all the time. And then the B1 or the B12 vitamin, same thing in the gummy form. But there's so many things you're talking about. Bill created this supplement 216 to live to be 216 years old because but yeah, so if a person has arthritis, or we can talk about all the vitamins. Let's just pick a number. How many minerals are there that your body needs? Either a little bit of or a bunch of, like 100?
Your body, so I believe there's 92, correct me if I'm wrong, naturally occurring elements within nature. And I believe your body consists of 20, I could be 25 minerals in your body. It could be somewhere around the 20s. Now, you only need to supplement. A lot of them are trace minerals. A lot of them you don't need to supplement with. There's 2 ones I encourage everyone to take, and that's magnesium and zinc. These are the 2 crucial ones that unfortunately get depleted quite quickly in our environment. So magnesium and zinc, I encourage everyone to take. You're going to help with blood flow, and you're going to help with immunity with both of these.
Okay. I spend 4 or 5 hours producing every 30-minute message I have here. So right next to in my bedroom, I have a little desk there, and I have my bucket of vitamins, and I just reach over and grab a couple from time to time. And you need to warn people, when you start getting lots of minerals into your body's going to say, oh, wow, this is great. Let's clean house and get rid of some of the junk. And you may experience, it's going to feel like diarrhea. But it's not. It's what you call a loose stool, and your body's cleaning house. You're fine. Don't panic, okay? It's making you well, not better.
It's true. Especially vitamin C. Especially vitamin C does that very much so.
Yeah, I started taking probably 6,000 units a day. Each of these tablets, Walmart again, 1,000 units, vitamin C. And marked increase in alertness and energy level. So yeah, I highly recommend it. All right, Patrick, we just want to do one program tonight to let folks know you're starting your own channel. I'll have you on as a guest on mine from time to time, or come down and visit. I'll have you on as a guest. But if people want to get more information, they can call you with any disease or illness or ailment and say, I have this, or grandma has this. And you will tell them what vitamins and minerals to take and how much. They should probably get a tape recorder to record you when you talk, or else they're going to have to repeat yourself 400 times. Or do like Bill did, spell it all out on a checklist and say, if you have this problem, you probably need this vitamin.
Yep.
A good mechanic can say, oh, you're low on transmission fluid. You're low on oil. You're low on brake fluid. You're low on blinker fluid, or whatever. And so there's no blinker fluid, I know. Just learn what, if you plan to live in your body the rest of your life, you should probably learn how it works and what it needs. It's that simple. Okay.
And don't blame God for the things that happen sometimes. Just like how you say, if you drive Toyota off the lot and get drunk and crash it, it's not Toyota's fault for crashing the car. So we should learn how to take care of our bodies. And God, why did you do this, that, and the other thing to me with this illness? Well, maybe you weren't giving it all things that it needed in the first place.
Well, are babies born with a deficiency because mama had a bad diet?
Another thing, it could be very well the case.
And can that
nutrition during pregnancy is the most crucial time it's needed. So, mom is what's feeding the baby currently. So it's not God's doing.
Amen. Well, brother, you've been a blessing. If you want to get a hold of Patrick, call his phone number there, 570-814-5059, or go to his. You can email him, urish.ihp, International Health or Integrated Health Practitioner at Gmail, and your website, and you're going to be producing stuff. And I sent a lot of people to Bill Sardi because people would call me, hey, what do I do? I got this pain. I said, call Bill. I think there's some shady stuff behind what happened to Bill in the hospital. He said, don't put me in the ventilator, and they did, and he died. He knew he would. So anyway. Of course, they're doctors. They can't do anything wrong. So,
right.
All right. Well, Patrick, come on down. It's a little chilly down here today. It's like 50. What do you got up there in Pennsylvania?
A little worse than 50, Dr. Hovind.
A
little worse than 50.
It's been 70 all week, but at 50 is a little chilly for us.
Wow. You guys better bundle up.
You've been a great blessing. All right, folks, get a hold of Patrick if you got any health issues and say, Patrick, what do I do? And Patrick, you better get busy on that website and your YouTube channel. Get it all up to speed. Otherwise, you're going to repeat the same answer 500 times,
Very true. Absolutely.
That's what I do with you want to know more about that? See my video 5 or see my video 2 or see my video 1. I've already done all the research on creation. I'll stick with creation. You stick with the health. Straighten them out. Okay. Thank you.
Sounds good. Yep. God bless you.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.